everybody, and welcome back once again to Let's Play Motorsport Manager with the Phoenix Nights Racing Team. It's the 15th race of the season, 2 more left, and then we draw the curtain down on another one. So I think we ended the last session after finishing the Australian GP. We didn't proceed to the race weekend. I did all that stuff off camera, and we're really trying our very best to ensure that we have a good as car as we can possibly have next season. As you can see from this graphic here, our suspension and our rear wing is currently the best on the grid. Why is our rear wing the best? We should not have it equipped. Okay. Just checking something here. Alright. So our rear wing is best on the grid at the moment, and we don't even have our best rear wing equipped yet. We have a better one, so that bodes very well. We have the 4th best currently suspension, but if we equip our best suspensions, which obviously are for next season, we have the 2nd best, although by the end of the season it may well be the best. And look at that, we've been developing also our gearbox. The name escaped me for a second there, so that's going to be pretty decent next season. I think it's 4th best if we when we equip it. And we are now designing some brakes, trying to quickly design some brakes and get them out there in time for next season. You know, just to give us a leg up. We will be focusing on the brakes and the engine more next season, but just giving ourselves a bit of a head start. So if we equip, which I have done off camera, all of the parts that we currently have, the best parts that we currently have, which more than likely will be transferred forward for next season, we have the 4th best car on the grid. We're ahead of Windsor, we're ahead of Catano, we're behind the big 3. So that is definitely a positive sign. Next season we should perhaps be finishing ahead of Catano, finally. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that pans out. But of course, before we even get there, there are 2 more races to go this season, and we will see them out. So the first one is Brazil. It's Rio de Janeiro. It's predicted rain in qualifying and practice, but a dry race. Tyre wear is medium and it's 17 laps. Ultimately, I think it's going to be a 753 type affair. See you in qualifying. So practice is done once again. The penultimate practice session of the season. We got a sprinkling of rain, as was predicted. So we've got a wide range of bonuses for dry tyres, for intermediate tyres, race and qualifying trims. And we are expecting some rain today, although the rain's going to come later in the session, and that means that we should be able to get a decent dry time. So actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the bonuses first, and then I'm going to auto-resolve the session. Don't think there's going to be any sort of contentious issues here. So simulate and see where we come. I do expect there to be some rain today. It did predict it. Yeah, to the back end of the session, but we've got enough time to get a dry run, if you see. So 9th and 10th, which is usually where we do qualify. Nothing out of the ordinary there, and there's no point of running on the inters, because we're not going to improve the time, but perhaps getting a little bit of practice on those tyres. So there you go, 9th and 10th, Cruz, Surikov. Cruz once again utilising that super overtake mode. Or maybe, I don't know, well, he does have it available. You can only assume that is why he's getting you know, a couple of tenths, 3 tenths up on his teammate there. But the promising thing is that we're only 0.7 seconds slower than the fastest time. So we are kind of closing that gap. The pack are closing in, really, on the big 2. Maybe, slightly. We're definitely closing in on Panther. I know that for certain. Panther seems to be just lagging behind a little bit. We've noticed that Kitano have been leapfrogging them, not in qualifying so much as the race, but even in qualifying, for instance, now, look at that, De Graaf in 5th, he's actually got ahead of them. So I'm thinking, as I mentioned before, could be quite a tight fight next season for 3rd in the Constructors between us, Kitano and Panther. I think we're going to be in the running for breaking that top 3. I really do. Maybe I'm being over-optimistic, and I'll certainly take 4th place and a victory over Kitano next season, but secretly we have designs on pipping Panther. Wouldn't that be something? So the race weekend is here. It was predicted to be dry. It probably is going to be dry, but you just never know, do you? You just never know. But at the moment, we can't see anything different. So it's going to be ultra soft tyres and race trim for both cars. Both cars should be able to make the tyres work for 3 ultra soft stints. Okay, so Lisandro Cruz, let's have a look at him. 17 laps, which is 2 6s and a 7. No, it's not, it's 2 6s and a 5. Or 2 5s and a 7, whichever way you want to look at it. So ultra soft tyres can last 8 laps. The track temps are hot, so we've just got to be careful there. But ultimately, I think we'll give him a full tank and have him do 6 laps to start with. Or we can have him do the 5s to start with. So he'll do 5 6 6. And Sirikov will do 6 6 5. Right, that rear wing is taking down slightly actually. Just a smidgen. That will improve the old optimum balance there to the 97% possibly. Ultra soft tyres, so he's doing 6. So 5 6 6 for Lisandro Cruz, 6 6 5 for Sirikov. Let's get into the race, shall we, and see how we do. Balcazar, with black eye and injured neck, still manages to put the car on pole. Got to give her dues. Damn good performance. Becker in 2nd. We've got Fischer in 3rd with Parsani in 4th. Look at that. As we said before, De Graaf finally splitting that Panther stronghold on the 3rd row of the grid. A great qualifying session for him. He's in 5th. Chapman in 6th. De Wolf in 7th. Sylvander in 8th. The big question for me is, will Chapman, who's aged now 37 years old, Zimmer frame and everything, is he going to retire at the end of this season? His stats have significantly dropped off. He was a 5-star driver in his prime. He's now just under a 4-star. Diminishing, diminishing, diminishing with every year that passes. It's time for a young whippersnapper to take his place. Anyway, we finished 9th and 10th. And behind us, we've got the Risotto Corsas and the Windsors. The Windsors are slipping away. Alright, the lights are on. We're waiting in eager anticipation. And we're off! Or at least, I thought we were. Bad start by both of our cars. It's like they stalled on the grid. Look at that. 10th and 13th. Very bad starts indeed. But anyway, hopefully we can book our ideas up. Lisandro Cruz is in 15th place. He's going to have to really work his backside off to get back through the field, and it's going to be tough. It is going to be tough, but he's making it look easy. He's up to 13th. Sirikov in 11th. Now he was just looking like he was up to 12th there. We are going to actually just turn down the pushing of the tyres and keep the engine on high, just because this is a hot track and these very soft, ultra soft tyres are going to overheat quite quickly. So we're going to see if we can just limit the overheating of them a little bit. So Sirikov is 11th, Cruz is 13th, and he's looking like he is itching to pass We're going to turn them down now to high. The engine modes from overtake. Everybody else is still pushing quite hard. Ooh, and Parsani! Look at him! He's off the track! Scuderi Rossini. 2 races to go and the Constructors' Championship is still up for grabs. That is quite a catastrophe. However, to be quite honest with you, Balcazar is still in the lead. So, ooh, look at this! Van Dort Racing? Where does he think he's going? Okay, so Cruz is having to do 3 more laps because he's coming in lap 6. That's 3, 4, 5 and 6. No, he's not. He's doing 5. So yeah, 3 more laps for him. He's doing 4. Yep, we're still looking good. And Cruz finally gets past. He gets past Schmidt. Lipponen is on the hardest compound tyres. He's not even on the super softs. He's on the soft. We should be able to pass him. And Cruz is all over the back of Sirikov now. Of course, Cruz is the lighter of the 2 on the fuel strategy. We're not going to invoke team orders though. We're going to let him race. We're going to let him race. And, well, Cruz is on past. No problem. And we are gaining on the 2 cars ahead of us. Now this track is very heavy on the engines. I remember from a couple of seasons, the past couple of seasons here, that we have struggled with the engine towards the back end. So you do have to be careful to some degree. Right. 64%, 2 laps to do. I think we'll wait to push the tyres until the very end. 10th and 11th. It's not marvellous when the Katanos are 4th and 5th. Flores and Lipponen, we'd like to finish ahead of those 2 if we can. So that's potentially 8th and 9th. That would be a more acceptable finish. Right, we're going to give him all the juice now. Going to give him full pace for 1 lap only, as he absolutely cruises past the Risato Corsa. We're going to bring him in, put him on the ultras. He's going to do 6 laps, so fill him to the brim and get him out. I forgot to do the pit crew, which is why there's a whopping 32% chance of a mistake. That is not good. Anyway, Cruz is now up to 8th position. He has full authority to push, and he is making use of that on his in lap. Sure, is he going to have enough fuel to get round? Just turn it down to high, just in case. Showing good pace when allowed to push, isn't he? Balcazar coming in early as well. Here we go, and he's in the pits. Sirikov will now be pitting also, so we're going to give him full juice now. Got to be careful. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Look at that. Up the inside of 2 cars. He ain't holding back, is he? Good old Sirikov. It's about time he found some decent form. Yeah, look at the engine, 56% already there, 56% there. It is a track that is quite heavy on the engine. We're going to do, where is Cruz here? We're actually just going to go normal here, just to ease up a little bit. We are expecting, as I said, this to be heavy on the car condition, this track, for whatever reason. So I'm just going to have him just idle around a little bit in the clear traffic on medium. Have this be the slower stint, the middle stint, and then we'll push him on his last stint. Where's Sirikov? He's coming round now for his pit stop. Look at that, he's right on the back of Fischer. He's passing Fischer. Is Fischer out of fuel? Oh no. Oh no. I've missed a stop. This is the first time I have done this for ages. Oh, I don't believe it. Oh! We made it! We made it! Holy mackerel! I think they must have patched that, because before, in previous versions of the game, if we'd have pitted that late, we would have missed it. We would have just missed the opportunity. But it registered, so this must have been improved with the patch. The reaction time, you can pit right up until the pit lane. Phew! Lucky us. That's all I can say. Lucky us. A mistake with the jack, that's going to definitely hamper us. Cost us 1.8 seconds. Excellent. Right, so Cruz is in cruise mode. He's on neutral and normal engine, just conserving. He is on a faster set of tyres than most of the drivers around him, so we should be able to make that work to our advantage. Surikov is just going to have a lap on high and push, get those tyres up to temperature, and then he's going to turn it down. Still a few cars ahead of us that need to pit, so this is not obviously our position. This is our provisional. It's not our provisional. It's a temporary position. Probably saved. Okay, so Cruz is up into 7th place after all the pit stops are said and done. Surikov is in 9th. And I think we can now probably halfway, 54%. We're right on the back of Fischer. De Graaf keeping pace quite nicely. I think we're just going to turn the engine up now for Cruz. He's getting towards the back end of his stint. Only has to technically do 3 more laps here, really. So he could really put the hammer down if he wished. Graf and Fischer now beginning to pull away from us. We're not pulling away too quickly from Lipponen, and Surikov. He's looking good also. In 9th position, he seems to be gaining on Lipponen and Cruz. This is quite a tight race, really. We're not too far off. I mean, Balcazar's gone right out into the lead, Becker as well, but the best of the rest, only 5 seconds between Cruz and in 3rd place. In fact, we can see him right there. Right, we're now 2 laps to go for him. 2 laps to go, so we're going to just turn up the tyres to push, and then on his next lap we're going to give him absolutely full beans once again for his in-lap. And he is gaining on Fischer. Something is wrong with Fischer today. I don't know whether his parts are dodgy or what, but he's not shown any pace at all. And for a Steinman, he just appears to be struggling. Right, full juice, baby. Full juice. Here we go again. Look at that. Look at the pace differential. When we allow him to turn up his engines and stuff, he's crawling all over the back of a Steinman. Unheard of here. It's unheard of, isn't it? Phoenix Knights are all over the back and harassing a Steinman on pure pace here, and he's overtaking on the inside, showing no mercy. Look at that engine, 37%. Told you. I knew it. I should have not weight stripped so aggressively here. I was aware that the engines were going to be an issue here. Just checking the weather. Fuel to the end. 5 laps remaining after this one, apparently. Right, Cruz in the pits. We're going to have to turn his engine down. Ooh. Surikov. He's past the line. We'll bring him in as well. I think we've miscalculated the fuel for Lissandro Cruz here. I think we're a lap short. He's going to have enough fuel to get round, but he's not going to have enough fuel to push. He doesn't have an excess, you see. Not that we can use an excess, given the fact that we are struggling with that engine condition. So it actually might make sense for us not to put too much fuel in the car, because we can't actually utilise it. I think we'll actually do that for Surikov as well. We're going to go for just enough fuel to get us to the end of the race, and we're not going to put, that's going to save time on the pit stop, because we're not going to be able to push the engine in its current condition, so there's just no point of overfueling it. So Cruz is in 15th, of course, plenty of cars to pit. Surikov is in 6th, again, plenty of cars to pit. Right, 5 laps of fuel. Come on, no mistakes. And out. There we go. Very quick pit stop. Much quicker than Lippanen's, who's repairing his car. Engine feels down on power. 30%. Yep. Just no pushing. Just get round. Just get round. Cruz is in 10th. How many people ahead of us to pit? Gonzalez, Vera Cruz, maybe even Chapman. I think we're in about 8th here, which is right on cue as to where we normally finish. De Graaf currently in the lead, but he does have to pit again. De Wolf is probably there for the taking, possibly. Getting to the end of this race could be a problem. Car ahead of us looking slow. Who is that? Who is that? It's looking like De Graaf. He was looking to be going quite slowly there. I don't know why. Had he just come out of the pit, possibly? Oh yes, he had just come out of the pit. He came out of the pit from first place, didn't he? No, you're parts of fight. 21% on the engine. Holy cow. Holy cow. Three laps to go on that engine is just not going to happen. And cars are pitting here. 7th and 9th. Just get this car home. Just get this car home in one piece. Come on. Oh, this is going to be a painful 3 laps. It really is going to be a painful 3 laps. Can we make it? I think Chapman's is going to pass us. I don't think Chapman is going to hang about. Becker's in the pits. There's a splash and dash. We managed to get past, but we don't expect to be ahead of him for too long. Look at that, 6th position. He's actually got more life in his engine than Surikov. I'm going to turn him up to medium here. I think he can hold 6th position. I think he can. We can afford to push the tyres, because that doesn't take from the engine. Engine and rear wing. Engine and rear wing. Somebody's gone off. Who the hell was that? Look at that. Somebody had gone off the track. I think Matt, was it Becca? No, it wasn't Becca. Who was it? Come on, Cruz. Come on, Cruz. Just one more lap. Can he hold the Steinman behind him? Do we? Nah, it's too fast. The rain is cut. There's a bit of rain here. It's just a smidgen of rain. Surikov, he's in 9th. He's got Chapman ahead of him. He's got Schmidt behind him. I think he's in a position where there's just no point of pushing any harder. I think he's got a comfortable enough cushion to the car behind. Oh! Look at that! He's off again! Becker's off. We're back up into 6th position. What is going on today? Is he off again? He's locking up. Oh no, it's just a spray from the track. But he went off. He certainly went off again. He's having a bit of a topsy-turvy day, isn't he? Right, come on, come on, come on. Just keep ahead now. Just the last few corners. We can actually get 6th position here. 6th and 9th. If Surikov makes it, his car is screaming out for help. Bloody hell! No! 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 Oh, we just got ahead of him. We just made it. 1/10 of a second. We managed to finish 6th. Bloody hell, it was close. And Surikov gets 9th. Good grief. So Balcazar for Scuderia Rossini wins. And look at that. Sylvander in Panther 2nd. Katana in 3rd. What a horror show for the Steinman team. What a horror show. I don't know what it was. Okay, he 3 stopped. Fisher 2 stopped. Anyway, ultimately, we can be relatively happy with our day's work, I think. Sandro Cruz once again stamping his authority. Now, both our drivers' contracts are actually up at the end of this season. Which begs the question, do we renew both of them? Do we look for a replacement for Surikov, who is, for whatever reason this season, completely and utterly just not on his game? I think the answer to that is it's probably not, to be quite honest with you. I think, given that he's a paid driver, his stats are pretty good. I mean, I don't know why he seems to be struggling to beat this man. Could it be that his car's secretly not as good? I don't know, possibly. Anyhow, car repair complete. Performance work is almost done. 8 days to go for the performance work on our gearbox, our rear wing and suspension to be completed. So we'll wait for that to happen. And our brakes are done. Right, so when it comes to the performance then, we need to improve the performance of the brakes. The engine, the front wing. Season, of course, will finish by the time this happens, but we'll do what we can. Yeah, so they're the last parts that need performance upgrades. Is the engine? There's not much in the engine, to be fair. It's only adding an extra day. It's actually the front wings. There's quite a lot of performance in those front wings that we're missing. We could actually just, yeah, we'll keep them on. It's not going to really help too much, but yeah. So that's it. No more, unless we can squeeze in another set of brakes in 10 days. Just give me a moment here. Or is it another gearbox we need? Possibly another gearbox, but gearboxes take quite a while, don't they? 11 days. Yeah, 5 days for the brakes, base. So we could probably pump out another set of brakes here. 1262, 1277, 1277, 1297, 1317. I'm looking for current performance because we don't have any time to increase the max. 1377, that's 1412, that's 1462. 12 days after the race. I think the season might end before then. It's probably too much of a risk to chance it. 1462. Our current best 1432, so it would have been a slight upgrade, but it's not worth chancing it. I don't think they'll be built in time before the end of the season. So all we can do is improve the performance of the brakes that we have, engine, front wing, and we'll see where that puts us next season. There's nothing else we can do for next season's car now. We are pretty much ready to go with it.